Greetings! It's me, Kerie Crystal Moonrise, and welcome to this episode of Kerie's Quick Tarot. So, before we begin, I'm going to clear the energy in my space. So give me a moment to do that. I'm going to ring my bell. And if at any point this might be a little bit too loud for you, just turn it down a little, but I have to do that just to clear the energy and I'm also going to use my sage spray, give some additional essence into my space. Okay, so before I begin, I have something that I would like to read. It's something that I was guided to put together. So I'm going to read this real quick and then I'm going to start the reading. All right. So this says, I do not consent to the stalking, hacking, tracking, or monitoring of me or my children. I do not consent to any insurance policies of any kind taken out on me or any of my children without my consent. I have not given consent. I do not consent to anyone copying my energy, my likeness, or my voice. If you would like to support me in my efforts, purchase something from my website at legacykeys.com, or if you're so inspired, you can also send a donation via Cash App to $LegacyKeyLeaf. Okay, thank you. All right. So the energy that I've been feeling today has been a little bit, a little thick. A little thick with what? Well, we're going to find out. And if at any point you hear me growling, that's my stomach. Again, I should always eat before I do these videos. So hopefully my noise cancellation earphones will cancel some of that out. But we'll see. All right, at the bottom of the deck, we have a Seven of Swords card. Very interesting. All right, so as you come in, if you're so inspired, and hello to whoever just joined, thank you for your time and for hanging out with me. If at any point during this video for you or whoever else may join in, consider giving this video a like, comment, subscribe, or share. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, so we're starting off with the Seven of Swords energy. So if you look at this card, it kind of looks like somebody's trying to walk away with something, perhaps steal something, um, perhaps get away with something. So what is it that someone might be looking to get away with? Okay, so that's kind of the energy that I've been kind of feeling. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to shuffle. We'll see if this card comes out or if this kind of becomes the story line of this reading. Not quite sure. We're going to figure this out together. All right. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me, please help guide this. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, so okay, we've got judgment, okay, as I'm splitting the deck. So perhaps there's a situation where someone was trying to get away with stealing something, and perhaps judgment has been called, and perhaps they're facing some type of situation where they're being dealt with. All right, I'm going to just move this a little bit. Let's see. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me, please help guide this. Thank you. What is it that I am to relay in this reading to whoever is tuning in? Thank you. What should they be made aware of? Thank you. Thank you. So we were talking about someone trying to potentially steal something, walk away with something. Swords also can represent communication, so perhaps also maybe lie about something. And as I'm saying that, I'm thinking about my tuning fork here. This is a throat chakra tuning fork, okay? And what is the throat representing? Communication. So perhaps someone is looking to, you know, stop some type of communication. All right, so what do we have here? So we have a miser, okay? This is kind of miserly energy, kind of depending on whatever the intention might be. So we've got someone who's really looking to hold on to something, okay? And it seems to be a King of Cups energy. All right. So at the start of this reading, and thank you for those of you who are joining in, I really do appreciate it. And if at any point you're inspired, please consider giving it a thumbs up or a comment. All right. At the bottom of the deck here, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. All right. I'm going to leave this here. We'll see if it comes out. But it seems that we're dealing with some uh, Pentacles represents finances, represents money, kind of represents stability, represents foundation. All right. So there's a King of Cups energy who's looking to hold on to some foundation of some sort. And at the beginning of this, we saw that someone was trying to take something, steal something, walk away with something, um, lie about something. Okay, and that judgment has been called on that situation. So let's see. Source higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me, please help guide this. Thank you. Thank you for whoever's resonating with this message. Thank you. What should they be made aware of? Thank you. All right. So we've got this Page of Swords card. All right. Pages are kind of like new energies, kind of like student energies, okay? So, and swords, communication. So if we piece that together, a student energy of communication. So someone who's looking to maybe figure out a way to talk to you, okay? Someone who's looking to perhaps um, uh, start some type of dialogue with you, all right? So if we piece this together, we've got someone who's looking to hold on to something pretty tightly. It's a King of Cups energy. What's a King of Cups energy? This is someone who is, has some wisdom about them, someone who's uh, supposed to have some emotional balance about them, and someone who is, has some type of ability to establish. I'm looking at the card. Someone, when there's chaos, someone who's supposed to be able to help establish some type of balance with that. Okay? King of Cups. Cups representing emotions, the astrological signs that are associated with cups is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So perhaps we're dealing with that type of an energy who might have one of those sun signs. Maybe. Okay? But they want to figure out how to approach you. Okay? They're holding on to something, perhaps something that they may have tried to walk away with, as we saw at the beginning of this reading with the Seven of Swords card. All right, Source, higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me, please help guide this. Thank you. Thank you. What other bits of information go along with this story? Thank you. All right. All right, and so we're also dealing with the Queen of Wands energy, okay? Queen of Wands, this is someone who is, does manifestations. I'm going to bring out my book in order to give some more adjectives for this, okay? So I can really explain what King of Cups and Queen of Wands energies are. And then we've got this Five of Pentacles. All right, so seems we're dealing with two energies that had some type of a leadership position that were trying to hold on to something very tightly and maybe miserly, and perhaps finding themselves in a situation where they're losing a whole lot and they have to kind of regroup and figure out how to move forward because there may be some tough times in their experience ahead. All right. Oh, before I go on, I'm going to look up King of Cups for those of you who are watching. And thank you for your time. I do appreciate it. All right. Okay. Swords, King of Cups. Okay. Stability, wisdom, diplomacy, generosity, support. Okay. Emotional security, awareness of human nature, a wise person, accepting one's limitations, keeping your head in a crisis. So, someone who's really supposed to be able to um, balance out a situation when there's chaos. Okay. Queen of Wands. Let's look at that. All right. All right. Queen of Wands energy. Magnetic, attractive, a feminine leader. Optimistic, self assured, upbeat. Dedicated to a task, friendly and easygoing, wholeheartedly involved. Blah, blah. Sexually accomplished, undaunted by a challenge, brightens up the atmosphere, never fazed. All right. So the question is, with these two energies out here, where there's communication in between them, right? So they want to talk. They want to talk, but what do they want to talk about? Who do they want to talk to? They were holding on to something very tightly and now finding themselves maybe having lost whatever it is that they were holding on tight to. If they want to talk, or one of them, or both of them, might want to talk. Talk about what? And talk to who? Look at that. The bottom of the deck, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. I'm going to take this out. Because so perhaps they want to talk to whoever this energy is. And who might this energy be? Let's look it up. Queen of Pentacles. And my reference book for this is the Tarot Bible. Okay, and if you're looking for any type of supplies for your spiritual walk, consider visiting my website at legacykerie.com. All right, let's look up Queen of Pentacles. All right, the characteristics of this energy might be dependable, nurturing, warm-hearted, sensuous, generous, an earth mother. Take a realistic view of life, matter-of-fact attitude, reliable and loyal, feeling secure and home-loving, genuine desire to help other people. A lover of animals and children, creative and resourceful. All right, so just some adjectives to add on to this, so you have a broader scope as to the energies that we're talking about here. So, this person who's supposed to be able to keep his head in a crisis, dealing with this person who may be kind of, maybe they're a couple, maybe they're together somehow, maybe they are partners in whatever the situation is that they're now partners, from being in a leadership position to now being partners in a situation where they're kind of have to work themselves out of some type of a destitute situation. Perhaps. And we did see that Judgment card at the beginning. All right, so it seems perhaps they might want to talk to the Queen of Pentacles. So, if you're resonating with this message, perhaps you're in this Queen of Pentacles energy, okay? So perhaps you're the person who, what were those adjectives? Who has a matter-of-fact attitude, dependable, nurturing, warm-hearted, etc. Okay, so maybe that's you, if you're resonating with this. So what would they want to talk to you about? if this is dealing with the pentacles, right? And yesterday I had a reading where, I referenced a song, but I changed the lyrics a little bit, and I said it's all about the pentacles, baby, right? So if we're talking pentacles here, pentacles, stability, foundation, monetary resources, okay? And we're looking at the Queen of Pentacles. This is an individual who actually has what they might be losing. Might be. Seems like they've lost it. Even though they were trying to really hold on to it. So the question then becomes, well, what did they do to lose it? That judgment was called on them and they lost it. What did they do? Source, higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me, please help guide this. Thank you. Thank you. And listen, in this journey, this type of a situation can happen, right? We are all coming from different walks of life where some people have to, as they say, get it out the mud, and others maybe didn't have that type of a situation where they really had to go get it. Some people have situations where things are just handed to them, okay? So if we're dealing with energies where things may have just been handed to them, and then they end up in a situation where they might be losing that and having to maybe then see how it feels to get it out the mud, you know, it's part of the experience. It sometimes can be balanced. Source, higher self. All right. All right. So now we've got, I'll take these. This is telling more of the story. Now we've got a King of Wands energy. All right. So now we're dealing with kings and queens here. All right. And then we've got this student energy. Okay. Where perhaps someone in this King of Cups or Queen of Wands energy, maybe they had to, using the word humble. Sometimes I don't like using that word, but perhaps they, perhaps the situation is somewhat humbling for them to have to be kind of brought down a bit from whatever it is or was in the experience where they were holding on so tight to something that maybe didn't belong to them. Now my nose is itching. Excuse me. All right, so now we're dealing with a Queen of Pentacles and a King of Wands. All right. What about them? Guys, we only got kings and queens on this table here. All right, so someone who knows how to get the bag, someone who has the bag, someone who knows how to nurture and take care of, and perhaps do things a little differently or a lot differently than the energies that did something in a way where now they kind of lost their positioning. So now we have a Queen of Pentacles, and then we've got a King of Wands. I'm going to look up what's a King of Wands. Let's see. King of Wands. Let's go to the book. And again, for those of you who are just joining in, if this reading resonates with you in any way, shape, or form, consider giving it a thumbs up or a comment. Even if the comment is just an emoji, it's appreciated. Thank you. All right. King of Wands. This is someone who's powerful, bold, inspiring, vitality, dramatic, mastering an art, setting an example, a powerful leader, inspirational authority figure, theatrical and charismatic, a role model, willing to take a risk based on insight, likes to be center stage. So, let's see how this unfolds. Then we're looking at the Nine of Wands. So Nine of Wands, this is showing a situation where someone went through a lot of something that they had to come out with basically by the skin of their teeth, so to speak. Something that may have been a bit dramatic, a bit traumatic, okay? And perhaps this may be referencing something that whoever's resonating with this message may have had to go through at the hands of this energy or this energy, and or both. Perhaps you had to, endure, go through, and figure out how to make your way out of a situation that was extremely traumatic, but still be able to hold on to your essence, to your skills, and maybe even learn some lessons along the way on how to be a better version of yourself so that you could come out of this situation if this was a situation that you were in as a result of these energies taking what was yours. We're dealing with some theft here. Okay? Ace of Swords. This is like a truth card. Okay? So, it seems that some truth had to enter into the equation. Because at the start of this reading, we had the Seven of Swords card, right? And I had mentioned that perhaps there were some lies. Okay, perhaps there were someone was trying to steal something, walk away with something, and get away with something, lie about something. Now we've got the truth card, right? And a divine truth card. So perhaps the truth of the matter had to step into the building, okay? Based on all the lies that had happened, that whoever was trying to hold on to whatever was yours, what was I saying about that? The truth had to step in, okay? So if we've got this big truth card, is it now that they want to kind of maybe tell the truth? Is it now that they may want to figure out how to communicate with whoever, with you perhaps, and maybe start to tell the truth? Whatever the case, this card is suggesting that truth is out now. And the Chariot, we've got some energies, some balanced energies that are here to push the truth forward. We've got a King of Pentacles. Lots of kings. Someone who is supposed to be balanced. We've got a manifester here. And then we've got someone who's a business person. Business person. Similar to this energy here. So perhaps this has something to do with the business. And maybe someone looking to hold on to a business and not let go of a business. but maybe losing that business. Then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. This is like a you can have whatever you like card. And so it seems, my cards, I don't have a whole lot of space here to lay them out at the moment. Now, where I just placed this, Wheel of Fortune. So there's an opportunity for you to have now. Have whatever it is that they were trying to take from you. You get to have that now. And then there's this card here, working hard. So someone was working hard. Perhaps you worked hard. Perhaps you worked very hard to be in a position to have whatever you like now as a result of going through whatever the situation was that you went through at the hands of these energies that were imbalanced, trying to hold on to what was not, what did not belong to them, and that are under judgment and having to go through whatever this Five of Pentacles situation may be for them. I mean, look, they still have five, right? It doesn't seem like they had no pentacles. They still have at least five of them. They weren't stripped of everything in this reading. But you get to have what's yours. And maybe this King of Wands energy here, I'm just curious to give that more context. So maybe you had a comrade, okay? Comrade, that word has been coming to me lately. But maybe you had a partner in your situation, and maybe both of you ended up where you got kind of beat up a bit in the ordeal of the folks who were stealing from you. But now you have the divine truth with you. You have assistance, and it seems you have even more assistance with someone who may want to work with you and say, hey, you can have whatever you like. You've worked hard, and I want to be able to help give to you in your situation. So perhaps you have someone out there who wants to sponsor you in whatever your endeavor might be. We're talking a business now here as a result of how this reading has kind of turned out. So perhaps everything you went through, however you handled it, because sometimes we can handle things incorrectly. And even though someone may have done us wrong, if you handle your response incorrectly, if you react instead of respond, you could just mess your whole self up. So the key is to learn how, and maybe that's what you had to do in all of that getting kind of, I was just thinking, getting your ass handed to you, right? Getting beat up, getting emotionally bruised. Um, maybe some of you even physically in some cases. You know, maybe you had to really figure things out really quickly in order to learn how to protect yourself from whatever it was, all of the energetic interferences that may have been thrown in your way. And sometimes those energetic interferences can come from some of the most, from the people that you would least expect. Sometimes it could come from your own family. And what do you do when you recognize that you have ops in your own family? I mean, some people recognize that early on in their lives, right? But then for those who don't and kind of um, are guided and led to believe that some people are for them when and then to discover that they're not, that can be a very an experience that's very emotionally battering. So sometimes people don't have to physically batter, sometimes they can just do it emotionally. But you got through it, okay? That's the point of this. You got through it, and that's the truth, okay? And now you're speaking up for yourself. And as I say that, I'm going to play. I'm going to ring my throat chakra tuning fork, so just bear with me, for communication. Because as I am playing my tuning fork, and I'm saying playing, but as I am, this is a tuning fork for the throat chakra. So if there's anyone out there who is seeking to shut you up, hopefully you can do things for yourself to help you overcome whatever obstacles it is that they may be attempting to put in your path, and that you can continue to speak up for yourself, no matter who doesn't like it. So you speak up for yourself. If you're resonating with this message, if there's any admonition that I would give you, it would say to speak up for yourself. But communicate responsibly, okay? Don't fly off the handle, do all the silly stuff that they're so wishful that you do, okay? Communicate responsibly. Get your message out, whatever that messaging might be for you. And at the end of the day, the truth is out. The truth stands, no matter who doesn't like that. They're just going to have to get over it and deal with, you know, getting it out the mud. All right, I'm going to stop. So thank you so much for your time. I'm Kerie Crystal Moonrise. If at any point during this video you like it, please consider giving this a thumbs up. It does help with others being able to experience this video. And speak up for yourself, no matter what. But do it responsibly as you can. All right? Okay. Oh, before I go, I'm going to see if there is a message from this deck for you. So let's see. This is a manifestation deck, okay? And this deck is really useful for giving messages of admonishment, inspiration, and advice, okay? Source higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me. All right, so an admonition for you is to shine, okay? So no matter whatever it is that you endured, that you went through, okay? No matter what people may even still be trying to put in your face, because they're just going to do their job, as they're programmed to just do whatever they're programmed to do, okay? So at the end of the day, shine, okay? Never let anyone dim your light. You don't even dim your light. Okay? Make sure my earphones are still in. It says new moon in Leo. Then it says full moon in Libra. Find a balance, okay? Because whatever those individuals in your experience did, they were not balanced, okay? And sometimes people can have leadership positions and present themselves as being balanced and be completely out of whack, out of line, inappropriate, and just a hot mess. But you don't have to uh, follow in those types of footsteps. You can find balance, okay? Whatever that may look like for you, you can find balance in your life. And sometimes that means um, taking a pause. Sometimes that means slowing down the pace, okay? Sometimes we get so caught up in, oh, I got to do this now. I got to go do this and that. And then we can lose our balance, okay, of what's important. Yes, okay, we have to, get out there. Some of us have to go work, or some of us have to go do this or that. But at the end of the day, finding balance is what helps you feel happy. Incorporate that into whatever the other mix is that's going on with you. Incorporate what makes you happy, what helps you feel better. Okay? That's how you find balance. Well, that's how I find balance. Then it says new moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine. Okay? So if you are on your spiritual walk, however it is that you connect with the divine, source creator, tune in. See what messages are for you. Okay? You can get your own insight. Okay? It's nice to have others be able to help guide you with that, because some of us are guides in that regard. But you can attune to the divine for yourself. Okay? And I'm going to leave it there. So, shine, right? You shine. So, thank you for your time. I'm Kerie Crystal Moonrise, and that'll conclude this video. And before I go, I have something that I want to read that I put together, that I was guided to put together. So I'm going to read that to close out this video. But if at any point you find yourself where you're looking for any materials for your spiritual journey, consider visiting my website at legacykeyleaf.com. All right? But I'm going to read this. All right. I do not consent to the stalking, hacking, tracking, or monitoring of me or my children. I do not consent to any insurance policies of any kind taken out on me or any of my children without my consent. I have not given consent. I do not consent to anyone copying my energy or my likeness or my voice. If you would like to support me in my efforts, you can purchase something from my website at legacykeyleaf.com, or if you're so inspired to offer a donation, I have a cash app at $LegacyKeyLeaf. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace.